story. We've got Bode Sparrow in the house. Davis Darts. We're going to go through his football journey. Let's start, Bode. First of all, welcome to the program, man. Thanks for making
Appreciate
time
it.
for us.
Thanks for having me, dude.
The first question is tell us about your first year of padded football. What was the team? Who was the coach? How good were you guys? How good were
Okay.
you? What type of year was it?
Yeah, I want to say it was probably second grade. I used to live out in Hooper, out west, so I was playing with the Roy Royals, and I remember I was number 51, and I was the running back and basically linebacker because at that age, no one's passing the ball, so it was kind of just toss it to your athletes and just see what they can do. I remember my very first play, like ever, like first game. I got like a toss going to the right and cribbed it, and like I was just hyped. And but yeah, we were decent. I remember they didn't have like playoffs or like championships that year, but I think we lost like one or two games. But I remember we won the
Nice.
mini bowl the next year. So and then the next year after that.
Nice.
So yeah, it was fun.
Excellent. Love it.
Yes, sir.
What do you remember about your coach?
Yeah, his name was James Dixon, and he was a stud. Him and my dad were all. I had some great coaches actually. It was a fun little team, but he was a smart coach, and like especially for that age, like getting good coaches is hard to come by. So yeah, he was awesome.
Excellent. That's awesome. All right, let's go to the hardest you've ever been hit at any age, Bodie, in a game or practice.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. So my freshman year, this like the last game of the season, and there I was. We had another really good player on a team named Cash Gates. He's up at Weber State now, a receiver, and I was on one side of the field, he was on the other, and that we there was a play call this is in practice, and I thought I had a post and he thought he had a post. And so we both ran posts and Traden threw it right up in the middle of the field. And we went and we're just running for the ball and blindside, we both ran into each other. And I broke my hip from that. And like, it was the next 2 weeks, like I tried to play on a broken hip and it didn't go smoothly. But yeah, like to this day, like that was, you could just you could just feel like the energy just get sucked out of practice. Like, oh, like everyone's like, whew.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
yeah, we basically ran right. A good thing Cash was okay. I ended up breaking my hip. But that to this day, like I've had some hard hits, but to this day, like that's what sticks out to me.
What year were you?
So as a freshman, I was 14. So I
Oh,
was,
so
yeah.
this was your freshman year this
Yes,
happened.
sir. Yes, sir. On Davis High.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
man.
So I know, kind of
Wow,
crazy.
that is yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's see. What's been the biggest challenge throughout your football career, would you say, that you've had to overcome? That might be it, having to deal with a big injury like that, but
Yeah,
anything come to mind?
there's been some injuries to be totally honest. Like I think because I've been playing as a freshman and like I think I've just the biggest challenge for me has been like not being like comfortable because like I could easily just played as a freshman and just each year I could have just laid down and been like okay like I've arrived, but I've really just had to, even from a young age, like I think I've been pretty successful and like I think I can just easily get complacent or, feel like I've arrived and I've just had to basically fight myself. Like my biggest challenge has been myself. So that's what I would say.
What was that like as a ninth grader? Like, what was the specific? Was it you were obviously physically gifted enough to be playing, but I'm just wondering what that was like. It's very rare for somebody to be,
Yeah.
one of the key players on a big team as a ninth grader.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I was 14 and I was going to junior high and I was basically walking across the street to the high school and playing big time football, which was fun. Yeah, obviously I was big enough and able to do it, which was awesome. But yeah, I mean, obviously doing that at the highest level in football at 6A level was awesome. Like I remember stories like Halloween, like our coach is like huddled up the whole team and like, hey, everyone like be smart at parties today. Like we got a goal to chase, and also Bode, like have fun trick or treating. Like I was the 14-year-old on the team and stuff. So, but yeah, like it was fun. I would get in the freshman chance. It was fun. It was fun. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yes sir.
Um, let's see. Can you think of a good story? I should have given you this beforehand, so you're not caught
Hit
on
me,
the spot here.
hit me.
But a good story that demonstrates what type of Coach Peary is. Shows kind of maybe shows a little bit about his personality, maybe a key moment in the season or at practice or camp or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I had to summarize like me and Coach Perry's relationship, like I just think over the last 4 years, like um he has the trust in me and I have the trust in him. Like he has full trust in his players. Like if you are like there's been many times where like in the middle of the game and like I just kind of like look at him and give him the nod and sure enough like it's a play going in my direction and I think that just says a lot about him that he trusts me and I feel comfortable enough where I can tell him like call my own number kind of thing. And so yeah, like I feel like he's not on the field, but me and him have a lot of chemistry and like play calling and like what he's seen. I know I can go tell him anything, and yeah, and I think above all, like he's just one of my best friends. I spent a lot of time with that guy over the last couple of years, and we're hanging out more than we'll go golfing, and like he's just more than a coach to me for sure.
Awesome. Who's a player in the state or in your region that you admire and you're looking forward to either competing against this year, or maybe you're just looking at him from a distance
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I admire this kid's his style of play."
Yeah, I think I've been like telling coaches this for a while, like college coaches, like Utah has a big time state for football, and I think everyone's starting to put themselves on the map, which I love, and it's great for the state. And there's going to be a lot of good teams this year. Um, I I would have to say Diesel at corner first game. Like I'm really good friends with him and know what he's all about. So respect him, and obviously our August 14th will be fun to have them at home. So that's all I got my mind on for sure.
Nice. Yeah, we're
Yep.
all looking forward to that one for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um, let's see. What was your favorite individual performance last year, Bodie?
If I had to say, it would probably be at Olympus last year. I ended up having 3 touchdowns and 2 picks on the game, which was a cool stat line. So that was a fun game, and but yeah, there was every game was fun. But if I had to go off stats, that's what I would say. So
Excellent.
yes, sir.
Um, and by the way, for those before the thing, he had to go and look at his like he didn't even realize he didn't know his stats. That tells you the type of player Bodie is. He had to go and look through his stats
You,
to see which was his favorite
you
game.
know how it is.
Uh,
You know how it is. I you get them mixed up a little bit. You try to think back, but yeah, that's what I had to
yeah,
do.
I was impressed by that.
I appreciate it.
Okay, then let's do what's an underrated part of technique? You can take this as a receiver or as a, defensive secondary playing safety, like an underrated part of because people will just talk about speed or athleticism, but is there an underrated aspect of being successful at either of those positions that you'd share with us?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I'm glad everyone focuses on, speed and footwork and all those things, which you do need, the physical things you do need. But I mean, I'll always tell people like the thing I pride myself most on is just knowing things before they happen. And I think that really comes from film work and, especially at safety. And I know you need it at receiver, but especially at safety, like I think like a lot of the reasons I had a lot of picks is not just because I was fast enough to get to the ball and strong enough in good hands. But you gotta know where it's coming before, and you gotta be able to set it up and to develop it. Like it's a whole process. So I really just think like understanding the game is like the physical things are great, but I think that's what separates you. And I do think like all the physical things are great, but I really think a lot of the sport is mental and obviously like that film work, but just like a belief in yourself and having to be able to play with some confidence and juice like that'll take you pretty far. So that's what I would say.
Awesome. And then let's see. What would you say to other players who might be kind of approaching being a prospect and going through the camp circuit and trying to get seen and stuff like that? I
Yeah.
can imagine that can be a grueling process. What advice would you give to kids like that who are hoping to get noticed from big time programs?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think so. I got my first offer when I was 14 as a freshman, which was awesome. Like, I'm so blessed to be able to get it that early. But I remember even looking back, and I mean, there was a couple kids like even in the state that were getting some offers before me, my age. And, you know, as a 14-year-old, I'm just like, what? Like, I feel like I'm better than him. Like, what is this? And I think the really big thing that changed for me is, you really just can't compare yourself. Like, don't worry about don't worry about college so much. Like, worry about playing for your high school team, balling out, work like day-to-day stuff, and like the college stuff will take care of it. I've never been like I didn't go to like a bunch of camps, like college camps or anything. Like, I think at the end of the day, what's going to get you recruited is your Friday night film. And that's what was the focus for me. And that's when I started to get recruited, is when I focused on the right thing. So I just think don't run your own race, don't compare yourself, and just focus on right now and enjoy high school. Because I'm super excited to get to college. Like, I'm ecstatic, but at the end of the day, like, I do know like it's not going to be high school, and like playing with your best friends, like it's different. So I think just to enjoy it and let that take care of college. So
So good. Holy cow. I want to give you a standing ovation here,
I
buddy.
appreciate it.
I always ask the player about their what somebody who has had your back throughout your career. I'm just, tell us a little bit about your parents, your mom, your dad, and how they've helped you get to this point.
Yeah, dude. I mean, my dad's basically been my, coach for all my life a little bit. And, you know, it's funny because I tell people like growing up, like as a little kid, he would grill me, and if you were at my game, you could probably hear him yelling and stuff, and it was for anything. And he's chilled out now, but I think just that, like him doing that as a when I was a kid, like has kind of shaped me into the person I am, and I like to pride myself on like just mental toughness, and like with any challenges or adversity that comes my way, you keep your head. And I think I've just learned to do that over the years. But yeah, obviously my parents have my back, and all my family and friends have just supported me since from the start. And super nice. Like, I had a commitment party to go to Oklahoma, and it was just crazy to see, like sitting there at the stand and just seeing like the whole room fill up. And it's like, dang, like I've really had good people in my life and a lot of people that care about me, which is super awesome.